just finished filming this demo for my Patreon and YouTube members, and I was finished recording, and I just thought I'd have a little look at the painting again, and I couldn't help but thinking it kind of needed a little bit of something extra. So I thought I'd set the camera rolling again and take the opportunity to show you a nice simple little technique that I call milk wash. And the painting's completely dry, so I'm just going to re-wet it again, just with a mist bottle. And I've got my gouache palette there, and I'm going to use this soft sable brush. It's quite important to use a soft brush for this. And I'll just mix up some extremely wet paint, and so it kind of resembles milk, hence the name milk wash. And so just grab quite a lot of white paint and just mix it in, just with a bit of blue there and just some of the other colours that are just left behind on the palette. And it's quite a nice little technique. I've seen it used really by the Australian watercolourist John Lovett. He uses it to great effect, and a few other people. It's quite nice to kind of add a certain amount more atmosphere to a painting after you've finished it pretty much. And I'm just going to lay the paint on. Like I said, it's extremely wet paint, but just bringing it all the way around the edges, so kind of creating like a vignette almost. And it will just soften around the outer edges of the painting and just kind of almost force the eye to look into the middle. So I'm just dipping back into that palette there, just kind of randomly picking it up. And once it's dry, it will dry quite a lot lighter than you see it now. And so just going across it again with the mist bottle, and just grab a bit of paper towel now and just blot some of it out. Obviously I don't want any hard edges forming anywhere at all. So just picking up all the little runs and drips. But the paper's quite wet now, so just grab even more white paint and just mix it in, and drop some more in, and just allowing it all to kind of run down. And softening the edges of that shed, but also taking care, I don't want to lose the light in the middle, and leaving some of the hard edges behind. Obviously I want to cover it all up. And I kind of think of it, it's almost creating kind of like a peripheral vision effect. So like I said, sort of forcing the eye to look into the middle of the painting, it kind of adds a sense of depth and takes some of the attention away from the edges. And again, just go back in with the paper towel and just blot it out, soften it. And it's up to you kind of how heavy you go with this. It can be quite effective to lay the paint on relatively thick, but for this it's quite a soft light painting as it is, so I don't want to lay it on too heavy. And just make sure I've covered all around the outside, and just bring it across the bottom and all the way across the top of the sky as well. And again, just back in with the paper towel. Just make sure I pick up any drips. I don't want any hard edges to form once it's dry. Okay, I think it's key to keep it quite simple, so I think I'll leave it at that. And now I've dried it off, it's fully dry, so just take the tape off around the outside and have another look. And I've just put a before and after up. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see the painting before. There it is, that's the painting before. So it's quite a nice painting, but like I said, I thought it needed something a little bit extra just to add a touch of atmosphere. And there's the after. So it's softened around the outside and just creates kind of like a vignette effect, like I said before, which forces the eye to look more into the middle of the painting and just adds another level of atmosphere. Now give it a go, let me know what you think. It takes a little bit of getting used to, so be careful with the amount of water and make sure you've got like a nice fine mist bottle, and also make sure you use a soft brush. A hard brush is likely to disturb the paint underneath. So if you want to give it a go, maybe practice on maybe a painting that you're not too happy with, maybe it's like a failed painting, something like that, and give it a go and just practice, and it might actually make the painting nicer to look at. I've saved many a painting really with this technique, so do give it a go and let me know in the comments what you think. And if you want to see the original painting, that's available for my Patreon members and my YouTube members. There'll be a link in the description where you can find that. So I'll be back again next week with another video. So till then, happy painting and bye for now.